Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about the progress I've made on my free-to-play alt. It's been pretty much just on a week now. As you can see here, I've claimed 7 days worth of tickets from the 300 gifts reward event, sorry, and I've completed the newbie quest, but it's not here anymore, so I can't show you that. And I've almost finished this. I'll talk about that in a second. And as you can see here, I've not spent anything on this account, and I think I've been doing pretty well with this account. I'll also talk about just some general tips as well as I go through showing certain stuff on the account. But at the moment, we're almost level 25. For the first week of PvP rewards, this is what I finished at. Captain 2. I forgot what exactly the rating was, but it was around 2300 or 2400, something like that. And this is pretty respectable rewards for your first week of doing PvP. There's nothing really special in my PvP team. It's just I pretty much just used whatever I had leveled up, and I didn't put any extra units in. So yeah, this is pretty much the 7 units I've been using in PvE as well. So yeah, that's that. I've saved up my currency so far. I want to make sure I have enough to buy out all these, because that'll be important, because I need to skill up my Farnese. And I've bought out the elite tickets, of course, and I had to buy this because I needed the awakening crystals to awaken Farnese, I think it was that I did it on. I just needed a bit more tankiness on her. That's the main reason why I did it. Otherwise, she doesn't really need awakening, but it's nice to have. Obviously, you want to eventually awaken everyone. Except maybe Julius for a little while, but yeah, that's another thing. So for my story progression, that's pretty much where I've been focusing my efforts on. I've almost completed stage 8 part 2, which is basically what we had on launch. That was the last one. So they've released chapter 9 and 10. I haven't done it on my main yet, I just haven't gotten around to it. But I probably, well, at the moment I'm a little bit stuck on the current stage I'm at. But I just need to level up a bit more, and I guess mostly I need Gin to survive, basically, to pass this stage with 3 stars. And one thing I would highly recommend when you're progressing through the story, which is what I did, is you should make sure to watch your battles, because you want to clear this 3-star on your first try, because otherwise, if you clear it 2-star, you have to come back to it anyway to 3-star and complete it, and you need to 3-star everything to get all of these chapter rewards, right? So rather than wasting your stamina, try to make sure that if you're not going to reach, like, say 40 rounds, or if you've lost 2 characters already, then you should just restart and try again. Try like a different strategy to make sure that you're not wasting your stamina. And if you get stuck like where I am now, then just use your stamina to farm resources. Oh no, I didn't click up. So you should farm your resources. I would focus on the experience first, and shield credits if you need them. You'll probably be okay at the beginning, because you get a fair amount of shield credits at the beginning, but at some point you're going to use them up quite fast once you've done 1-10 on Purge Sins, because the orange tickets are quite expensive to level up. Or experience in general is quite expensive to feed into your characters. And I did release a video of the attack core stage, which I've completed, but you can't see it at the moment because it's not open. But I did farm it a little bit to try to get at least some starter 6-star gear. I will probably make a video on like the health core one at some stage as well. I have to like redo it and check how I completed it. I actually can't remember, but this is a bit harder than attack core. But yeah, you probably want to focus on attack core anyway. Health core is still nice though, because you want it on your tanks. So you do need, you know, I think from memory so far, if health core is up, then attack core is not up, right? So they basically switch between the two, right? And that way, which is good because they're pretty much the only 2 cores you will farm, and that means you always have a core stage that you could farm if you want to dump your stamina on something, right? But you could also dump it on purchasing as well, or shield credits. It just depends what you need, and also what you've cleared at the highest level. Because the sweeping it at on the highest stage is obviously going to be the most stamina efficient, right? So if you're still stuck on, say, 1-5, but you have cleared attack core, then you'd rather sweep on attack core than doing 1-5 here, right? But I will try to do some videos on these 1-10s so that there's a reference for people to like on how to do them as easy as possible. There are some cheesy ways you can do it too with certain friend reps, but if you don't have those support units, then you have to figure out something else out with what you have. So I'll show you how I would do it on this account, and you might have to adjust based on what you have. Now I've also been, as you can see, I've been spending my crystals, right? For crystal usage, what I recommend is you should pull on your customized banner, because obviously these are the units you want to target, right? And you do need dupes of these units, and there's only so many glittering reverbs that you'll get. So I think it is worth to pull, and I've stopped at the moment because my Gin is maxed skill ups, right? Except for her rank 10 because I don't have a gear. But I stopped for now because I wanted to see what will be coming up for the next banner, because Alice banner will be ending tomorrow. So I'm waiting for the announcement to see when I'll spend these elite tickets as well. And then I guess to make a decision on whether I want to keep pulling on this, because I still want more finesse skill ups. I need exactly one at the very minimum, one more, because along with the arena glittering reverbs, I'll barely be able to get her to rank 5 with using the gearbox selectors to get her full set to get +1, right? But if I can excuse me, if I can get one more copy of her, then I don't have to use those boxes yet until I'm a bit more sure, because I'll just go back and show you. In the backpack, you'll get 2 of these ones as pre-registration rewards, and they are selectors, okay? So you can pick whoever you want, but in my opinion, it's best to wait until you have 2 of your one of your units gear resonance sets, right, for your SR units. So if I have one of Farnese's, right, so ideally I would like a second one, and then I'll use the selector to finish off her third one, and that way it's just in case, like, it'll be annoying if I chose one of her pieces and then I pulled a dupe of it, right? But at least once, I'm sure once I'm sure I have 2 of them, then the third one can complete it, and it just doesn't really feel as wasteful once that happens, right? So that's just my recommendation on how to use those boxes. I think you also might get some later with some other events, but I can't remember. Definitely, if you're like paying to play the game, you'll get some of these in the rewards as well, which is quite nice. I think this game is quite generous with what it gives you if you are a spender, right? So I'd say, like, even though I'm showing this as from a free-to-play perspective, don't feel bad if you want to spend money on the game. I think if you feel it's worth it, then that's up to you. Also, just in relation to core parts, so as you can see, I farmed a little bit of the health and attack ones. I have not claimed these yet, and this is something I would recommend as well, because I don't have any 6-star gear that is worth upgrading right now. Because the best, my actual best pieces right now is probably only this one actually, just because it's a pure attack percent core, but it is a blue, and blues are very expensive to upgrade up to the final stage. So I would not recommend, especially as free to play, to upgrade these unless you're really desperate. I think it's better to hold out until you get a better, at least purple quality attack or health core, and you want amplifier, which is the percentage, or stable, which is the flat one, right? This is a 5-star, so that's why I'm not recommending that one. But yeah, if you have a 6-star, purple or up, I think that's decent to upgrade. But ideally, you want it to be gold quality, of course, for like more efficient resource usage. Because I'm never really going to use these ones, and as you can see from my my module tab, I'm almost maxed. And this is like, you can spend some shields on it if you want. I'm trying not to, because shields are quite scarce. But I think upgrading the first few isn't too bad. Like, yeah, 6,000 for the first upgrade is not too bad. But I think you should just upgrade it when you need the space. I have a lot of junk ones, which I opened these at the beginning because I just needed something to start with. But I don't really need them anymore, so that's why it's better to wait. Alright, so that's the core section. Let's see. Oh, actually, while I'm also remembering, as you can see, I've done 200 pulls on the customized banner, right? So with this, I believe this is the only thing you can use it on, which is a random 5-star ticket. So let's just use it now. See what we get. Oh, that's a shame. I don't think she's very good. I don't think she's good at all, actually, but it's something. At least it's good for collection, I guess. To be honest, there's actually not that many things I can get that I really want. Like, for example, like obviously Morgan or Farnese, because I've selected them as my banner units. Ashalika would be good, but she needs investment. Coco skill ups would be nice, actually. Alice is, I think, not good for free to play, but she's good for whales because she needs a lot of investment, and she is good when she's invested. But I think it's pretty much a pipe dream for any new player. So that's her. Zhao Meng would be a good pull. Zipa is good for PvP. Prekio? I don't know how to pronounce that name, but she's actually good for one of the bosses, I believe. Raid bosses, that is. But currently we haven't seen that boss, so she's not good right now. The heavies are all bad except for Flavira. But she's more of a PvP unit and needs a lot of investment, so it's not that great for me, at least on this account. I think Evadi is good, Lena is good. I don't know about, I'm not sure about her, and I heard Isabella is bad, right? So that's like just a general. Oh, actually, up here, Lulula is not good. Oh, she's like not bad, but it's just better tanks than her. And Koran is bad. Julius, Julius, she's a free unit, so don't really need dupes of her. I don't really plan to build her at the moment, but she is useful. So I don't know, maybe. It depends, because I have a lot of units to make already. Suzuki's not very good. She's okay, I think. And Sylphia is above average, I would say. She's pretty decent. So those are just a quick rundown of like the SSR units. I think maybe in the future I might do like an actual tier list if I can get around to sorting it out. But yeah, that's just a bit of a rundown on those units. So if you have those units, like if you manage to pull them, whether they're good or not, hopefully. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, maybe units. Okay, so as you can see, I've been focusing my level ups on specific units. I have not spent any experience tickets on Crim, so this is just her naturally leveling through, just doing the stages, right? She functions without using any levels. The levels only benefit her by increasing her survivability, but she's gonna get one shot by most things anyway. So I personally, I would recommend just to learn how to position her, and maybe I'll do a combat video at some point to help people who might be struggling on how to position their units. And yeah, they maybe can understand how the Crim works, and then you can basically hide her away so that she's still doing what she needs to do, but not having to invest on any survivability for her. So I use Coco, Skadi, Farnese, Skin. I haven't used Morgan yet, but I have leveled her. I intend to use her. And Julius I use, and Franca, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I use these 7 primarily for PvP, PvE. Sometimes I leave Crim out, depending on the fight, because some stages she's actually not very useful, because the units that she's able to charm will be out of like turn order, which I will probably explain more in detail in the actual combat video. But just know that she's not actually that easy to use. Ideally for her, she needs to be charming a unit early in the turn order. Otherwise, once you kill once you defeat some of the units, the turn order will get out of whack, because it starts pushing up their units to move. And if Crim's on like the later part of your team, she will basically act after her target acts, which is a bit awkward. But yeah, more in detail in an actual dedicated combat video. So I focus my levels on Gin and Farnese and Skadi mostly. Actually, also Coco, right? Because the DPS are important because I need them to be strong enough to one-shot. Tanks need to be tanky enough, obviously, to eat some hits, especially Gin, because she has an auto taunt. You see here, I've got a rank 9 on her. Farnese, I've got rank 1. I've got 1 natural pull, dupe pull on her. And Morgan, I got pretty lucky actually. There was 1 pull where I pulled the dupe Farnese and also my first Morgan. And then later on, I pulled 3 extra dupes of Morgan, which was very lucky within 200 pulls. So I was pretty happy with that. I just don't have enough experience to level her up, and I have tried her at this level, but she just doesn't do enough damage right now. But I think once I can afford to invest into her, I need to awaken her and all that, as well, and give her some decent cores, and then she'll be pretty good. So my plan for her will be to use her in the red tower, which I progressed a little bit, but not that much. Julius could use some more HP, so leveling her up to 70 and then breaking through to get to 4-star would be nice. But she still functions okay at the moment, but she's starting to get a bit squishy. So I have to make sure that she can still stun the units I need her to stun, but still keep out of danger. And Franca is pretty easy. It's similar to Crim. She doesn't need to be that high to function, but she unlike Crim, she does get benefit out of being higher level due to her heals and her buffs, her attack buff. It scales with her support power, and the support power is leveled up from, or it increases due to her level, and also her gear, which I just don't have currency for this yet. And her cores aren't too important either, actually. So you just give her a bit of tankiness, and crit chance is nice, but not too necessary. Tanks obviously need HP, and then your DPS just want your best attack cores. Pretty simple. They're actually pretty simple to build, but you won't have perfect cores to begin with, so you can just use whatever is available, your highest attack, even if it's a composite like this. I just don't have enough 6-star attack cores, right? So just use what you have. Let's see. Joint Crusade as well. So it's about to end. We have 1 more day's worth of attacks. I've managed to beat normal on this account, and I think that's pretty good for a new account. I've tried to do extreme, but I don't have enough tankiness on my Farnese to do it. And I think ideally I would like her to have rank 5, so I can do a position like a proper better positioning for her. So as an example, actually, I'll just show you while we're in this section. So I've seen a lot of builds that people they spam a lot of supports, but I don't think you actually need that many. So what I do is this, because only Skadi and Jamming are any good for this boss in this current stage of the game with the units that we have available, right? So actually the turn order is like this. Oh no, like this. I found that even without taunt, as long as you position Franca and Skadi in the bottom lane and your Farnese in the top lane, the boss will hit Farnese, right? Because my Farnese is not rank 5 yet, she's only rank 1, right? But if I can get her to rank 5, it will allow me to position something like this, and Franca can heal all the all 3 units. But I will need a couple of extra units as a buffer, so I'll have to have like something like just random supports that heal each other. So something like this. Miso would work, and like basically any other support, because I don't want them to attack the boss, because there's no need, because like they're not going to do any damage anyway. I mean, let's just say for argument's sake we just use that, right? So I would change it so that Farnese attacks first, because she needs to taunt, and then Franca and Skadi need to move last, so that would be like this. And that way, by the time Franca moves, the Farnese will have no heal block, which is the thing that stops my team at the moment. Not this, sorry. Here. So it has a heal block, right? 5 turns. But so if you have 6 units like this, and then Franca moves second last, then it will run out by the time she moves. I'm pretty sure, at least. If not, you can just add like an extra unit in the middle somewhere, and these just need to target each other to heal each other. And obviously Skadi does the damage, right? But obviously I don't have Farnese at rank 5 yet, so I can't do this. But that will be the eventual goal, to do normal. But at least I can do expert, which is decent enough for week 1. If I had more time to prepare my account, then I probably would be able to do much higher. And I believe from what people have said, as long as you do as long as you can do expert, which is probably that is like a pretty realistic goal for free to play. As long as you can do that, you should be able to get all the score rewards. I think you should have enough points for that, or at least you'll be pretty close. Yeah, as long as you can get most of these, that's probably good enough. Because you'll probably be also in top 100. Where's the rewards? Ranking rewards here. Oh, sorry, top 1,000. You should at least be top 1,000. Actually, even I'm top 1,000, but maybe you'll be top 100. And then you'll get maximum points, right? Because the server's not that big at the moment, but if the game grows, then maybe this will get harder over time. But even top 1,000 is pretty good, like for a monthly reward. And for the Joint Crusade points, I haven't spent them yet, because I'll just wait for the points to come in, because this will only reset, I believe, when the next raid comes out. So you got plenty of time to spend it. But in here, I want to get these cores and then all these resources, right, for developing my units. And then if I have anything left over, I'll buy these as skill up fodder for the experience fodder for the 6-star cores if I get any good ones. Let's see, what else is there for progression? I've also started on hard mode. You'll find that if you get stuck, it's probably just better to do hard mode, right? I think I'm up to chapter 4-ish. yeah, chapter 4. It's still not like it's still not hard yet. So for me at least. So if you can do stage 8, you can probably get up to like stage 6 in hard, I would say. At least in other games, usually it's usually like two chapters behind in hard mode is like quite normal. I don't remember how long it took me to do it on the main. So it's been a little while. Also, Red Tower progression, I'm up to 20. I did this maybe on like day 4 or 3. I was just like trying to do as much as I can because I wanted to try to clear it with completing the requirements, right? At this point, I don't have 3 guards, I think, but actually I do, but I think I don't remember if I tried this or not, to be honest. But I'll probably once I'm more stuck in the main stages, or if I have ran out of stamina, then I'll probably work on this. I think this is a good like sort of time filler if it's because you're not in a rush, right? Because this is always going to be here. It doesn't reset, and it gives you some good free resources once you complete them. Especially because they don't cost stamina to run, which is a huge thing. Especially because with these conditions, you can actually do them one at a time, which is why I do on my main. Just to like I tried to like burst through as many as I could, and I eventually got a bit sick of like the stage designs, because you get some like really annoying designs like 5 crims or something on the stage, right? But what you can do, let's say you just clear this with your normal team and you manage to clear it 40 rounds, you can later do it again. And even if you lose units and you don't clear it within 40 rounds, as long as you have 3 guard types in your team, you will clear it and you'll get that extra, the 2nd star, right? And then the whole thing will be complete after that. So this is a bit of a tip. Like you don't have to be like me and like worry about having to do it like on the way. I'm mostly just doing it because I wanted to save having to redo the time that it takes to redo it. But if you just want to burst through and get as many rewards as you can just ignore most of the requirements and come back to it later if you want. Although I will say that it is a little annoying because you have to scroll down to find the stages that you miss. There's no easy way to search for it, I guess. So that's the Red Tower. I believe that's all the current areas in the game. We don't have any other events right now, but we should hopefully get a new one tomorrow. If not, there will be the Christmas event in a week's time. And while we have nothing on, this is a good time to do your main stages, right? Because at least if the side stories work the same way as the ones that we had before, they are quite a big stamina sink. Especially for a free-to-play player, and the way to keep up with that stamina requirement is to recharge. I do recommend recharging with crystals. Oh no, it's in here. Sorry. I do recommend using the crystals to get stamina because at least the first 3 recharges. Because after 3, it will increase in cost to 70 gems instead of 30. So the most efficient use of gems for stamina is obviously just to do it while it costs 30 gems, right? On my main account, I do it through the 70 costs, but that's because I'm spending money on that account, right? And then I would say probably the Giga Wells, there's only really one on the server, but he's probably spending more than that. Which I do not recommend for pretty much anyone, to be honest. Unless you're absolutely loaded, it's not worth the cost. It basically exponentially increases because it pretty much like doubles each time. So from 70 goes to 140, and I presumably it goes to 280 after that. I haven't I haven't even recharged 140, so I don't know how high it goes up to. But yeah. Also, your stamina potions, you should keep them. I'm hoping that we'll get our first double resource event for Christmas, because it sort of makes sense for it to appear then. In which case, hopefully by then you would have cleared one of the highest difficulty resource stages, either cores or your experience or shields, that you can spam all your pots on getting those resources on double resource. I don't know which stages double resource affects, but obviously whichever one it does affect is the one that you want to farm. So we'll see when that comes. But as I was saying with the side story, because for the dailies, you basically want to do 5 sweeps on the stage, right? To get the gacha materials, and that is a fair bit of stamina for free to play. It's like 1 recharge worth, right? So you might want to clear as much main story now. That way you focus a bit more stamina on the side story, because there's a lot of stages to clear through the whole thing as well, all the story parts, before you can even start doing the auto at the end. So yeah, you want to do that while you can, and then when you have nothing else to do, that's when you recharge on the your resource stages and develop your account. As long as you're never capped on energy, you're always using it. Pretty much only have to log on 2 or 3 times a day to clear it out. Then that is enough. Alright, I think I've rambled on enough. It's actually quite a longer video than I was hoping for, but we had a fair bit to talk about on the progress of for the first week. So I think I'm not sure how frequent I'm going to do these updates. Maybe on week 2, depends on how much progress I make. If there's enough that I think is worth talking about, I'll do a second week. If not, I might delay it to a month or something like that. So we'll see how we go over the next few weeks. Alright, thanks again for watching, and I hope this is a bit, at least informative and gives you an idea of what you can accomplish as a free-to-play player, as long as you know what you're doing, of course. I do have a month's worth of experience, and I sort of know which units to make. So I hope to impart some of that knowledge onto you. And if it's helpful, please leave a like. Leave a comment if there's something that you would like to see in the future video. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.